Donald Trump press briefing.
I would like to begin by announcing some important developments in our war against the Chinese virus.
With an unexpected side effect of this coronavirus crisis, Asian Americans becoming targets of discrimination.
Coronavirus have spread across the U.S. So have incidents of anti-Asian violence.
They say that hurtful and misleading language from our nation's leaders are now making things worse.
Using this,
Because it comes from China.
Racist.
It's not racist at all. No, not at all. It comes from China. That's why. It comes from China.
Text: an NYC man tried to forcibly remove Asian American nurse from the subway. Asian Canadian boy attacked, blamed for spreading coronavirus. Asian American doctors and nurses are fighting racism and the coronavirus. Violence against Asian Americans is on the rise. CCED fighting in COVID-19. Tiffany.
There's different forms of racism, right? And like what we're seeing now is overt racism, where like we are very much like yellow peril and being blamed for something that had, you know, is not our fault at all. And like that has affected small businesses in Chinatown, and again because of the racism, and like it might not have been super overt, people avoided Chinatown because they were like, oh, I'm gonna catch COVID, you know, in Chinatown because of all those Chinese folks. And like, you know, the funny part is like we're also Southeast Asian, we're also Latinx. Our businesses took a hit starting January because of what was happening. And so again, like this just exacerbated a bunch of stuff that had already been happening.
Crime Stoppers.
On April 5th in Brooklyn, detectives say this man poured some kind of acid on this Asian American woman as she tried to take out the garbage. Still no arrest.
At the end of the day, like it has always been about people fighting for what they need, and it always will be. And I think that's what's so beautiful about CCED, in the sense that we stay very grounded in that by working with tenants and elders who are very much understanding of we do need to fight, and this is a constant battle for community control.
Protest signs read, "Fight the virus, not the people." Chinatown open for business. Reject fear and racism. Time for facts, not fear. A Person Grabs. Chinatown Community for Equitable Development is an all-volunteer multi-ethnic intergenerational organization based in Los Angeles, Chinatown.
When the pandemic hit, we were very aware that we were positioned as a grassroots organization to respond quickly and efficiently, right? And we were conscious that we needed to step up to the situation.
Grassroots organizing is all about building relationships, and like we make those calls. We like constantly check in with our tenants to be like, hey, how you doing? What do you need? We know who lives in their household already. And so yeah, we were like ready to go in terms of all that information and data and translating it into like real material goods and stuff.
The fact that we don't have IHA market anymore in Chinatown, where it was the most, it was the last full service market that we have in Chinatown. So that's been like, I feel like a struggle or a challenge for the seniors and people who work with.
We don't really see ourselves as like a direct service organization. It's very much like community building organization. And so that was like the pivot that we had, in the sense that like while we were mindful of all these issues before, like we're really seeing that right now, like we have to directly serve and like provide food in a very material way.
Paper bags filed with cleaning supplies. Several bags in the trunk of a silver car. A person carries a bag up a flight of stairs. A man presses a doorbell by a home's front door. Two people make praying hands toward each other and stand 6 feet apart.
To learn from the revolutionaries before us, but like power concedes nothing without demand. And so at the end of the day, like we cannot continue to beg the government for scraps. Like we need to take what is ours. And for sure, like as a human being alive on this earth, connected to the land, connected to like this world, it is our birthright in many ways to be a part of it in a way that sustains us and not continuously dehumanizes us. So I guess the best way to put it is just like, you know, we are doing revolutionary work, and we just need to keep pushing because it's important to keep pushing for it.
A masked woman sits on a walker parked in a doorway. A masked woman holds a paper sack full of supplies. Text: Chinatown resident.
Last year on July 17 until now, they are my, it's not just my friend, they are my family, and I very appreciate what they do for us. fight for a place to live and everything. They are something. I don't know what to say. Only word from me, from bottom of my heart. Thank you so much.
We're just here to help, so I'm glad that you're able to.
It's very, very sweet of them.
Text, we are all in this fight together. CCED Fighting in COVID-19. Ashley Koo, Director. Huan Yi Dan, Editor. Eddie Nelms, Producer. Special thanks Tiffany Du, T. Du, Brian Tsai, Safat Pria.